Hello and welcome to the third video this year talking about the books that I've been reading this month. Today I'm talking about the 5 books that I read during the month of March, slightly cheating because 2 of them were audiobooks, and I'm just going to get on. And the first one was called The Prison Doctor. I would rate this 3 stars. I found out about the book through a podcast called Should I Delete That? I would highly recommend. It's very funny. Anyway, I did like the book. I think I probably would have got on better if I'd read it as an actual physical book because I found the narrator a little bit annoying. I thought it provided a good insight into working in a prison, and it was a good memoir. So overall, really interesting read, but the thing that grated on me and meant that I rated it only like 3 stars was that she kept describing the eyes of prisoners, like he had kind brown eyes, and I just think that's a bit too much information. I just thought it was a bit weird. Next, I read a book by Michael Molesley called Fast Asleep. I really like this and I rated it 4 stars. The book was very similar if you saw the BBC Horizon documentary or programme called How to Sleep Well, and that was on TV in 2022. Something that I learnt was that a lot of firefighters don't actually die while they're doing the job, but they die on the drive home, and shift workers and other people that have to keep changing when they're sleeping, they are at much a high risk of having a car crash and falling asleep at the wheel. Some of the reviews about the book say it's a bit repetitive if you've read his other books, but I hadn't read any of his other books, so I thought it was really interesting. I'm not sure if I actually learnt that much because I know quite a lot about sleep hygiene and I'm generally quite up to date with what's going on and how to sleep well. There was also a whole recipe section, but I didn't think any of these looked that appealing for me to try. I read a book called Aisling and the City. I would rate this 3 stars. It's the 4th book in a 5-part series. I read the first book, the 3rd book, and then now the 4th book, so I missed the 2nd book. So she is headhunted by a party planner in New York, and she leaves her small town in the Republic of Ireland and goes over there and gets involved in the sort of lifestyle of New York and the work-life balance, and she realises that the world isn't really that big because everywhere she goes she keeps meeting people from Ireland. She downloads a dating app and goes on a lot of dates, and she's also constantly emailing her ex-boyfriend even though he is engaged to someone else. Overall, I did like the book, but I just thought it was a bit more long-winded and not as funny as the other 2 books that I've read in this series. The next book I read I actually have here, and it's called Disconnected. This author has also published other books, and I believe she's got a podcast called Control Alt Delete, I think. Anyway, I didn't really like this book. I would rate it 2 stars, and the reason was it was very repetitive, and I feel like the whole book could have been summarised into one magazine or newspaper article. So it was basically 174 pages of reiterating the same sort of thing. So I'm pleased I did not spend £10 on this. I actually got it from the library. It just caught my interest because it's quite a cute little, quite small, and it's a nice spotty cover. The whole idea of the book is that it makes you reevaluate what you're doing on social media and how you are portraying yourself on online platforms, and maybe you need to evaluate who you are following and have a little decluttering in that area. But yeah, it was just very repetitive, and there's all these points to think about, but they're all basically the same sort of point. Lastly is another audiobook, and it is called All the Light We Cannot See. So it was published in 2015, and towards the end of 2023 it became a 4-part mini-series on Netflix, which I have not seen. But anyway, the book is very, very popular. I looked on Amazon, it's got 222,000 reviews. So it's set in World War II, and it follows the life of a girl who became blind at a young age and sort of the early years of her childhood into adolescence. It also follows the story of a young boy in Germany, and he is very clever and into maths and engineering, and he is recruited into Hitler Youth. I found the book very long, so I read it as an audiobook, and it was 17 hours. Towards the end I had to make it 1.25 or 1.5 times the speed just to get through it before I had to return it back to the library. Yeah, but I would recommend that book if you have not already read it. Anyway, thank you for watching this video. I hope to read more next month, and I will do another one at the end of April. Bye.